What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Resident Evil Raccoon City. Now, this video segment is a little bit longer. I think it's about 14 minutes because we failed like 100 times. Now, I could have came in here and edited this all out and made it look like we didn't, but everybody knows I don't give a fuck. You guys will probably enjoy me getting my ass kicked over and over for a minute here. But, I don't know. I mean, stuff to talk about. Honestly, lately, guys, I've been playing so much Skyrim that I haven't even been really focusing a lot on like what I want to talk about on my channel. I mean, and all the stuff that I've been talking about, I just say fuck it and do live vlogs and stuff like that over it. But you know, one thing that has been brought up or that was brought to my attention on Twitter, I don't know, yesterday or the day before. And it's actually like two different sources, but I seen some other person talking about it also. Let me change that. 3 different sources. My bad. I seen 2 different videos from 2 different people, and then I seen some tweets from another person, and they're all along the same lines. And it's something that in the gaming community, you know, I say that with the little quote fingers, something that gets brought up a lot. And a lot of people call it whining and bitching or whatever, but you know, some of these videos that I watch, it's more of an open debate, discussion type thing. It's just not in a real happy tone because it's not a real happy subject. But how do we start out talking about? Well, for one, on the Twitter aspect of it, you know, one of my friends was tweeting out about how he was pissed off at the gaming community because every time he turned around, half the people he was meeting, I'm sorry, and I'm dead, were turning out to either be fake or, you know, all for themselves or whatever, you know, things of that nature. And this is the thing. When it comes to being real and comes to being fake, you have to really look at the person that you are listening to or talking to and basically make your own decision, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not just the internet. In real life, you meet fake ass people every day. Like, so many people in this world put on this fake image of, you know, what they are and what they're about. And in reality, they're nothing like that. I mean, and we all do it to an extent, I guess you could say, but a lot of people take it way too far. You know, I feel like this. I try to be the realest person I can be. You know, some of the stuff I do on YouTube is a character and act. Like Crazy Steve, for instance. You know, I don't really think like Crazy Steve. Like, that's all made up shit to bring, you know, I guess excitement to the whole character and things like that. I'm not going to say that there aren't things that I do with Crazy Steve that are things that I think about in real life or whatever, but for the most part, he's a character that I made up so I can be fake. You know, I can say whatever, you know, I can try to get a rise out of people, but not, you know, talk about things that I normally wouldn't talk about, or that I'm not even, you know, for or against, just because it's Crazy Steve and it's not me. But at the end of the day, you know, I try to always be real as possible with everybody that I meet on YouTube. Sometimes I have to bite my tongue a little bit, but a lot of times I just basically tell how the fuck I feel. And you know, a lot of times I get backlash from that, and you know, sometimes I lose subs over it, or the trolls come flooding in. Which, by the way, you know, hey, bring on the trollism, because you trolls will come back every goddamn time. Hell, they're more active than some of my dead subs that I got that come by like once every 10 videos. But don't get me wrong, I do have a lot of dedicated subs, but you know, I'm just saying, as a whole, some of these trolls are more active than the people that actually like my videos. But you know, it's really hard to judge what you're dealing with over the internet, because it's hard to judge what you're dealing with in real life. I mean, I've had friends, I'm sure you've had friends before, that turned out to be a completely different person than what you thought for, you know, months or even years that they were. You know, I've met people that, you know, talk a lot of shit and always talking about beating somebody's ass, and then you finally see them get in a fight and they get smoked. by somebody that looks like they should, like, looks like they should get demolished, and instead they demolished, the dude that talked all the shit. Look at that, I died again. Or you got guys that talk about, how much money they got, and they're always walking around in new clothes and shit, and they might have a nice car, and then you go to their house and it's a piece of shit because they've basically put all of their money into this image outside of their real life, and they live a whole nother life. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? This world is crazy. Look, you got guys and you got women that lead second, double lives and shit. They have, multiple companions or whatever the fuck you want to call them that never find out about each other. I mean, I don't know. Like, I have friends, and I know I'm just rambling, so hopefully, I know a lot of you guys like me rambling, so hopefully you guys enjoy that, but I've had friends before that, I liked, but you couldn't trust, so, I learned how to deal with the person that I'm hanging out with. For instance, I'm not going to say, oh, that guy's a thief, so I can't talk to him no more if I'm friends with him. My mentality is, I love you to death, but you're a fucking thief, so you're never coming to my house. You know what I mean? We hang out on the streets. You ain't coming to my house. I don't even want you to know where I live at. Or if it's a guy that just talks a lot of shit, I just overlook it. I just go along with it. Yeah, yeah, man. I know, man. I know you be fucking people up. Whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, you like people for different reasons. You have friends for different reasons. So when you meet those types of people that aren't real, you just have to know what you're dealing with and take them for what they are. I mean, if I got a guy that I know from experience owes all his friends money and this and that, if I feel like, if he asks me for $20 and I feel like I don't want to give that $20 away because I know I'm not going to get it back, then I don't give it to him. But sometimes I might give it to him because I feel like that $20 is like whatever. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if I know Joe Blow down the street is a good friend of mine, but he never repays his debts, and he asks me for $20 and really needs it, and I don't really need the $20 and I want to help him out, then I just tell myself, I'm going to give him this $20 and he's going to tell me he's going to pay me back, but I know that he's not, so I'm not going to sweat it. Now, if I know I want that money back, then I'm just going to tell him I don't got it, because I know he's not going to pay it back. But, that kind of covers the real and the fake stuff. And then, speaking on the community, I know a lot of people, I've changed my views a lot in the last, I'd say, 6 months about the whole gaming community. And, I started looking at it like, well, if all the bigger guys look at it as a business, then I should look at it as a business, even though I'm doing it for fun. You still have to look at it for what it is. And the honest truth is, for the most part, it has turned into a business. And I mean, I'm fine with that. It's whatever. I'm still going to have fun with it, but I'm going to make sure that when I look at gaming, I look at the underlying theme of what it is. It's, you're either going to make money doing it and be big, or you're going to be nobody and, tell everybody you do it for a hobby. Like, I do it for a hobby. I do this for fun. But I'm not going to lie to anybody and tell them that I don't want the money and that I don't want to be successful on YouTube. I do want to be successful on YouTube. I want as many people as possible to watch my videos. So, there's different ways to look at it. I look at it like this. I started out for fun. I still have fun doing it. I'm having fun right now just talking. I like to talk. I'm a talking motherfucker. Never been good at games. And I've come to realize that you don't have to be good at games to be successful on YouTube. You either have to be able to sell yourself as a personality, who you are, or you could be the beast, the biggest beast on the block playing the game. And I've seen it both ways. I've seen guys that are amazing at games and they fucking can't speak in public or to an audience on YouTube for nothing. People that watch their videos mostly come there because they want to see, lots of killing, lots of, great gameplays. And then you got the other side where, you got some guys that are good that can commentate too, they draw their crowd. You got some guys that sell a personality, over everything else. And I'm fine with all that. But one bad thing about the community that I seen talked about lately, was the way that bigger YouTubers, and I'm not trying to dog bigger YouTubers. I mean, they do what they do, and I understand it. It's not their fault, but they have a major influence on the community. Whether they like it, whether they don't like it, whether they know it or want to acknowledge it or not. Anybody with 300,000 and up subs, they have a major influence on the gaming community. They have hundreds of thousands of people in this supposedly gaming community that look up to them and, you know, like their points of view. So, you know, I'm guilty of, you know, my smaller fan base, I'm guilty of, you know, spreading my opinion. And, you know, I don't tell people, I tell everybody, you know, don't take my opinion, make it your opinion just because you want to agree with me, you know. Form your own opinion. All that I ask is that you respect my opinion, even if it's completely opposite of yours. Like, that's the way I look at it. But it's came down to, like, this crazy, like, if you're good at the game, then you're a tryhard. If you're bad at the game, then you're a scrub. And I'm quoting Loyal Patriot on this. This is something that was told to him. And, I mean, I've heard it a million times, but, you know, he just refreshed it in my memory lately. I'm a fucking scrub at all these games, but I have good games, so I guess when I have good games, I'm gonna try hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be like a fine line between this. Like, when I look at try hard, I think of not the MLG guys. The MLG guys usually go and pub stomp, and they're really humble about it. They're just doing it for practice, and they know they're good, and they don't care. But all the like game battles kids that I got a 5.0 KD and I'm so good at this game and you're just terrible. Those to me are tryhards. Guys that aren't anywhere in MLG, but they got a game battles account, so now they think they're good. They're tough shit because they got a good KD or whatever. That to me is a tryhard. A scrub would be somebody that will tell you they don't know shit about the game and they don't give a fuck about anything, like, you know, as in getting better. So I consider myself probably a scrub, but, you know, but you see what I'm saying? Like, we get these fucking things, and I've talked about it before, and I'm probably going to continue this conversation in the next video, but, you know, all this following other people's shit, like, come on, guys, we got to wake up. You got to be your own leader. You know, you can agree with people if you honestly, deep down in your heart, agree with what they're saying. I'm not saying, you know, don't listen to anybody, but I'm saying, like, if somebody says something and you agree with them, that doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything they say. And I think we blow a lot of this shit out of proportion. Like, oh, so-and-so's big, so, you know, whatever they say is, you know, worth its weight in gold every time, and it's not. We all fuck up. We all say shit that we probably shouldn't say. We all probably do shit that we shouldn't do. And at the end of the day, you know, especially to take up for the bigger commentators, we're all fucking people. We're all regular ass people. None of us are fucking famous. And, you know, we're going to make mistakes. And it works all different ways. Like, I see it everywhere. Like, I see some of the bigger guys. They fuck up. They say something they probably shouldn't have. And they take a lot of heat over it. You know, all the comments on their channel, because they have way bigger channels than me and a lot of the people that I talk to. They'll put up that fucked up video, and then half the comments are going to be, you're a fucking terrible bastard, unsubbed. Like, come on, guys. Like, that kind of stuff to me is like, you didn't subscribe to me to agree with every single thing I do and say. You're not going to agree with everything I do and say, so why would you unsubscribe because of one disagreement or because I did something wrong or whatever? Now, we can talk about it. We can talk about they did something wrong. You can talk about I did something wrong, but to unsub, not watch their videos no more, to me is kind of a little bit blowing it out of proportion. None of us are perfect. And like I said, I know I'm rambling on. I'm going to continue this rambling because I have more stuff that I think pertains to this whole topic that I'll put on the next video. Because this one is actually coming to an end. It is like fucking, I should be at bed. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I am going to try to knock out at least one more video. And if you're trying to catch up with this whole series, as soon as I wake up, I'll do more commentaries. I'll upload more. And then I'll get back to finishing the campaign and all that good shit. I am out of here on this one. Be sure to leave a like if you could. Tweet it out, something. I'm out. Peace.